Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's LoFi Yoga video. I have made so many videos over the past almost 3 years at this point, and I do try often to not just talk about the yoga that happens on the mat, but also the yoga that happens off the mat. There was a moment over the weekend where I was having a disagreement with someone. I was having big feelings. They were also having big feelings, and the situation was really tense. And there was a little bit of back and forth, and the situation was just getting really bad. And even as I was angry and frustrated, and I'm sure the other person was feeling the same way, I was still able to say, the next time, I said to the person, I was like, the next time that we see each other, it's gonna be like it didn't happen, and we can move forward. Even as there was all this tension and frustration, I was still saying, I don't like to hold anything against anybody. We're not the same person every single day, and so the next time we see each other, this isn't gonna be, how it is, even if that's what it is right now. And I was able to hold space for what I was feeling in the moment, but also being very aware of the fact that it was a temporary feeling. That is yoga. It is the ability, as I say all the time, to meet yourself where you are and to meet other people where they are. It's as much internal work and internal, what am I trying to say? Basically, the stuff that you do inside is also being reflected and carried on outside of you. That is yoga. People always think it's, the poses and turning yourself into a pretzel and you're meditating and all of the fun Instagram poses. But the hardest part of yoga are the things that happen off of the mat. And it's still finding that unity of all three parts of the self: the mind, the body, and the spirit. There's really no way to make an instructional style video for something like that. But I would encourage anyone, especially someone who, like me, does have a tendency to have a bit of a temper, or who struggles with understanding and holding space for their own feelings, to really be conscious towards that kind of work. Pay attention in your life to where you have opportunities to practice yoga off of the mat. Maybe that's not holding your horn for 30 seconds when somebody does something stupid on the road, and instead saying, well, They might have something going on, or maybe they just don't know how to drive, and it's really not anything to get upset about. There's lots of people who just can't drive, and they're driving regardless. And you just pay attention to your life and really just try to find those little moments where you can practice throughout your life off of the mat. I do want to apologize for the video not being, something a little, a yoga flow, but life is life. And again, this is my off-mat work here. And I'm allowing myself to I'm giving myself an opportunity to not have to show up perfectly every single time. I'm still showing up. I'm still keeping promises to myself. And I'm still staying dedicated to my baby. The channel's my baby. I don't think I've missed many videos, especially for LoFi Yoga. The Tuesday videos, I don't think I've missed very many of them. And when I get to moments where I struggle to get the videos done, and there are times where I'm like, well, maybe there just won't be a video. And there's a voice in my head that says, but your public needs you. And there aren't very many followers on this account. There are a lot to me. Every single person that follows is a subscriber of this channel. It means the world to me. But my public is me. I show up and do all of these videos for the version of myself who was too afraid to speak because she didn't like the sound of her own voice, or she didn't think that anyone cared about what she had to say, or she didn't believe that she had any right to say what she had to say. That is also yoga too. I'm gonna tie it all together, I swear. So for this week's video, this is a self-guided practice. Find the off the mat opportunities to practice and see what comes up. Sit with what comes up. Hold space for everything that is there. Make sure that you have an excessive amount of grace for what you encounter in your off the mat practice, especially if it's new for you. I'm all about meeting yourself where you are. And like I said, if you are similar to the version of myself who was prone to disconnection from yourself, or just allowing anger to be the driving force to a lot of your life, let yourself be a student again in this. The work that you do on yourself, the work that you do for yourself, benefits the world in ways that you can't even imagine. Someone might see you respond in a way to a situation that makes them realize, hey, I wouldn't have handled that as well as that person. I want to be like that. I want to have even just a little bit of whatever patience they have. I need that. And it might encourage them to want to change. And they might start to do their own version of yoga practice without even realizing it. I was trying to stretch this video out, but I really don't have a lot more to say on it other than that. Like I said, this isn't something that you can really teach in a video. This isn't something I can guide anyone through because there are so many different paths for off the mat yoga to take. It's the real life, choose your own adventure. But hopefully, if you do have an off the mat moment, I hope that you will share it with me however you feel like you can, whether that is in the comments. I will once again put the handle for my Instagram account in the video and in the description box. If you want to join me over there, you can send me a message on that as well. But beyond all of that, I will say thank you so much for sitting with me this week. I hope that you are well. I hope that you will continue to be kind to yourselves and to one another as we practice off the mat.